She may have been the first person sent home back in season 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Remember who we're talking about? But like a jack in the box, get it? Wow. Shangela Laquifa Wadley always springs back bigger and better than ever. Last month, she even opened a special Pride reception at the home of Vice President Kamala Harris. I'd swallow that. Question number 2. Shangela, popping out of RuPaul's box, gets last laugh attending Veep Pride event. Good for you,
Amazing.
Shanty.
No, and Shangela's had such a great run these last couple of years with the shows that she's on. And just to think that early career, people told her, do something else. You're not going to win this. I mean, she was one of the first people to go home on Drag Race.
I have a feeling that she would go to the opening of an envelope or a wound, honestly.
You know, and I understand the joke that you're making. Absolutely not true. Shangela is one of the longest, steadiest performers since RuPaul's Drag Race. She is always in demand. She gets pretty top dollar for a performance. You would be shocked at annual income of performance events that she does and shows. I just, oh my goodness, I wasn't going to do this, but just a quick support of Shangela. Back in the days, you know, I may have done a little bit with RuPaul's Drag Race, had her on the cruise, and she did a specialty show, and her show was called Straight Outta Paris, Texas. And she did an hour specialty show, and people would come on the cruise because they would watch their favorite RuPaul stars. Then they would come on the cruise because they could see their favorites do something out of the box, all complete. Latrice's show, long before she toured it nationally, she did on the cruise, and many. It went on and on. Shangela's show that she did and events that she did were just so great, and she's always in demand. She's always professional. She is, she rolls with the joke, the box joke. You know, we've just made it again, coming out of RuPaul's box, and she would laugh, and that was the quality of her. And my favorite, I've told this story. I know Faye and I have talked about this. I was in Santorini with 45 RuPaul queens and Michelle Visage. And I was coming down the mountain at the top of the White City in Santorini with Mimi I'm First. And we're on donkeys. And you go up the mountain or down the mountain on donkeys. And it's up about 1,000, 1,500 feet, and you go up the mountain or down the mountain. Well, we were going down the mountain, and Mimi I'm First was screaming every step of the way. And I have a camera because I think it's hilarious that Mimi's screaming. And up around a curve, we hear kind of screaming, and around the curve come Shangela and Willem. And Willem and Shangela see me and Mimi, and the mules have bells around their necks, and they too break out into Ring My Bell and sing it all the way up the mountain.
That's awesome. A screaming Mimi is what you're saying.
A screaming Mimi, that's right.
This event, though, is very important.
Yeah.
That she was able to, she was at the Vice President's residence. Yeah. I mean, to sell her home, to celebrate Pride Month.
Is this the first
time
right?
that's ever happened that a RuPaul queen has had that kind of
any queen. Think about it.
But that's just highlights the difference of where we are right now.
Yeah,
you know, it's welcoming versus unwelcome, embracement versus rejection. That's what this is. Yeah. This is what we need to remember. We need to remember this moment and say, this felt good.
Yeah.
When we're going to be faced inevitably with a lot of bad feeling hate.
Why do you have to make my boner like less hard? Why?
It's what I do.
It's true. They weren't welcome.
And there are so many guys that would say, "Yep, that's what he does." That's what he does. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.